Hey everyone, today I'm going to be sharing the stasis build that I use as a Titan. It's going to look kind of similar to some other builds, but with a few key differences for my personal preference. So, for starters, you have the behemoth, of course. I always use towering barricade. Personally, I use strafe lift. It makes me get around a lot faster than the other ones. You could do catapult lift if you want to do kind of the old school Titan thrusting, Titan skating. But since they nerfed it, it's not really as viable anymore. Shiver strike, of course, because you don't have a choice, and glacier grenade. Because the whole point of this is that we're going to be making and breaking crystals, because that's what Titans have been told to do. For stasis, hunters, warlocks, they all got told freeze things and shatter things. We got told to go punch rocks, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna punch rocks. We go with tectonic harvest, of course, because that's how we get our stasis shards. Gives us melee energy as well when picked up. And the nice thing about stasis shards is that they are client-sided. The stasis shards that you make can be picked up by you, they can be picked up by your teammates, and there's no loss because it's your own copy of those shards. Now, where I differ from other people is that a lot of other people want to use the ice javelin. They want to take diamond lance, which is nice because you get the 3 fragment slots, but I feel that this can do better by doing Howl of the Storm. So when we slide and use our melee, we'll create more crystals, which in turn will give us more shards. In fact, a single slide of your melee can give you easily about half of your melee back, which helps feed into it. Now, the other things that we got going on, of course, we have Whisper of Fissures for the bigger damage and bigger explosions. Whisper of Rending. Kinetic weapons do increase damage to your crystals and frozen targets. That'll be important later when we talk about the weapon. Whisper of Conduction I like because anytime that I don't have to go out of my way to pick up crystals or pick up wells, means that more time that I can focus on just doing skill rotations. Plus bonus resilience and intellect is always nice. And then we've got Whisper of Shards, and this is where our gameplay loop becomes a lot better. Shattering a stasis crystal gives you a boost to your grenade recharge rate. Shattering more crystals refreshes this timer, basically. And it gives us some resilience. So we're using our melee, we're shattering the crystals there, we're throwing our grenade, making more crystals, we're shattering those, we're doing damage with the explosions, we're getting our melee back from picking up the crystals, and shattering those crystals is giving us grenade recharge. So we kind of we're creating this feedback loop already. Then we take this to another level by using Heart of Inmost Light. Okay, so now what we're doing is that every time we're using these, we're making the others stronger and have better recharge rates. Using one ability briefly improves the others. Powered means that they have faster regen, melees and grenades do more damage, barricades have more hit points. So we're taking all of our skills that we're rotating at a good rate, and we're just supercharging that. As far as my armor mods go, I've gone with stuff to give me maximum discipline, so that way we have grenades as often as possible. Try to go with a really nice strength score. I'm actually looking to get some more armor pieces to boost this. I want to see if I can go 100, and then 100 recovery is kind of the goal right there. But for now, I'll have to stick with 100, 170. For our mods, we have arms need to be stasis. Grenade kickstart, gotta have it. It's just too good. When you expend your grenade energy, you get some grenade energy. So it already kicks you off with getting a little, it shortens your cooldowns. Elemental shards, because we already have the stasis. So now all of your stasis, okay, well, not all of them. Stasis shards count as stasis elemental wells for you. Okay, this has a cooldown, but this means that you have matching elemental wells. And the important thing for that is that wells give you ability energy when you collect them. So this is going to help keep everything flowing even better, right? By giving you more ability energy. I like running fastball here because it's a low cost, makes sure that you put your things on target. You could swap this out for one of your low cost champion mods for higher end content. This has kind of just been a for fun build for me for lower and medium tier content, but you could easily swap it out and have something for stunning a champion. Next we go with explosive well maker. Okay, and the important thing for this is that every time you shatter a crystal, it counts as explosive damage. So now you're making solar wells from your explosions. This is going to help your ability to regen even more. We're going to be pushing this as far as we can. Seeking wells, same thing as the stasis shards track to you. The less I have to think about going and picking these up, the more I can focus on skill rotations. Font of Might. This could be swapped out for other things if you want. This one is kind of a filler for me. You could do Font of Wisdom, Font of Might. Could go for something else as well if you wanted. But I like the extra damage for stasis because it helps with the pistol that I use. I'll talk about that in just a moment. And then for my last one, I've got Well of Life. Because we're making those solar wells from our explosions, Well of Life is going to help us stay alive in these fights when there's a lot of smalls. For low to mid content, you could easily ignore red bars while Well of Life is active. It's going to give you healing over 10 seconds, just constant healing over 10 seconds while it's going. So, Thermoclastic Strike for the current season. I know the season's almost over, but now you can stun overloads with your melee. If you do the slide, make the crystals come up. You're going to cause some weird issues, though, because freezing champions tends to reset their stun. But what you could do with this is you could simply create a loop of just stunning an overload, because it gives you your melee back whenever you or a fire team member stuns an overload. So you could just keep creating crystals like that. Let's see, anything else? Hand cannon targeting, because I'm using hand cannon for my primary weapon. So, weapons. I've been liking Vulpecula. The big thing here is Headstone. You could use Ias Luna, also with Headstone. Either Unrelenting, Outlaw. Both of these perks are really good to pair with it. I like Vulpecula because it has more in the magazine and it has a better reload speed off the bat. 140s can feel a little sluggish like Ias Luna on the reload if you don't proc the Outlaw. And there's going to be a lot of times where I don't proc it because I'm using Vulpecula to shoot crystals. So, when you run from our behemoth, and you run your Whisper of Rending, instead of 2-3 bullets to pop a crystal, Vulpecula will get it in 1 almost every time. Which is important. It means that you're popping things faster, you're keeping everything moving much faster. You don't have to do 1, 2. Okay, now we got it. 1, 2. You're going to waste your entire clip on a single grenade, and that's not ideal. So, that's why we've got Rending in there. Headstone's a great perk. Being able to precision hit enemies and create crystals on their corpses means that whenever we don't have an ability up, which is not going to be often, I'll tell you that, then you have a way of making a crystal so that way you can create 1, another bomb, 2, another crystal, 3, you've shattered a crystal, you're gaining grenade recharge rate. So this is just, we're trying to make sure that everything that we have synergizes into itself as well as possible. Cartesian Coordinate and Sleeper Simulant, these can be swapped out for whatever the flavor is of the season. Right now we've got fusion rifles. Sleeper's been doing really well with its buffs, so that's why it's there. But you could easily swap these out. If rocket launchers become the new meta, then swap that out for Galley or for a clown cartridge rocket launcher, whatever the seasonal thing is. I'm looking forward to swapping this out with a glaive when those come out, but we'll see how that all goes. So when you normally have these sorts of skill numbers, these stat numbers, you're looking at 58 seconds for a grenade. You're looking at 1 minute and 3 for the melee. At 60 recovery, you should be seeing your shield in about 32 seconds. Okay. In 1 minute and 10 seconds, I use 12 skills. I put 4 nades, 5 melees, 3 shields. And this is without any enemies whatsoever. This is purely based off of our Crystal Shattering, our Collection, and our Heart of Inmost Light procs. And this is not even an optimized rotation. I did this just very lazily. So when you're in combat, this is going to be so much faster. There's going to be less downtime. You have a skill every like 6 seconds, less than 6 seconds. And this is going to be even better when you have wells that you're picking up, solar wells. And everything, the whole point of it is all just to keep feeding into itself. You're going to be throwing grenades, doing melees, and whenever you need shields, they're going to be big shields because of that empowered buff. So this is my take on the Stasis Titan build. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you guys have any questions, if you guys think you can do it better than me, by all means. This has just been a fun build for me. And I wanted to put this out there because most of the videos that I see, everyone wants to run the Diamond Lance, which would be good. It's got the 3 fragment slots, but I disagree personally. I think Howl of the Storm synergizes better. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Peace.